So let's just close our eyes and take 3 deep belly breaths and hold the inhale at the top for a few seconds. And then just let the breath fall out of you effortlessly. And I'm just setting the intention for the group, for this beautiful group of divine feminine souls. Today, what we're wanting to do in the Akashic records is heal the collective layer of low self-worth and negative body image, bringing in the higher perspective that this low vibrational belief system can no longer be supported by the new energies. Therefore, it's time to lift it so that we can focus on what's truly important, our individual and collective missions to guide humanity through the ascension from our heart space and souls. And I feel like I want to add, and just with a deep, deep knowing that our physical bodies are here to support us and not to sabotage us. And so I'm going to do the prayer, and I'm just going to go ahead. This is my prayer to get into the records. And I do it 3 times through. It's really short. When I get to where I say the records of, I'm just going to say the divine collective. So if you guys want to say it with me, that would be great. Or you can just say it in your heads. And then we're all just going to kind of hold hands and go in and view as observers, view the collective. So we request access to the Akashic Library and the records of the divine collective for this visit. We vow to release all doubt and fear, entering with true hearts and pure intentions, to use the information we gain for the highest good of humanity and our healing journey. We express gratitude to the guardians of the library and the trust they have placed in us. We request access to the Akashic Library and the records of the divine collective for this visit. We vow to release all doubt and fear, entering with true hearts and pure intentions, to use the information we gain for the highest good of humanity and our healing journey. We express gratitude to the guardians of the library and the trust they have placed in us. We request access to the Akashic Library and the records of the divine collective for this visit. We vow to release all doubt and fear, entering with the true hearts and pure intentions, to use the information we gain for the highest good of humanity and our healing journey. We express gratitude to the guardians of the library and the trust they have placed in us. I feel like where we're going in the library is a room I've never been to before. It looks kind of like a planetarium to me, where they're showing us, if we're like in the seats below, and if you look above our heads, they're showing us this beautiful reality matrix that we have been living under. And it is beautiful. It's a grid. It's a beautiful, beautiful grid. And it's been transforming. It's been lifting. It's been healing. It's been going through quite a tumultuous process the last few decades, if not longer. And so we can maybe kind of see some places where it's breaking down, or where it's fading, where it's even disappearing. But it's got this, like, we can see the overlaying of the new matrix coming in. And that's us. That is literally us as light workers, as divine feminines, especially, although it's not just the women. We are the nodes of this new grid. And once we are, there's a huge energy right now for people to move, for people to relocate, for people to go to they're being pulled to certain places. We were each meant to be in a very specific place. And once we are all in place, our nodes plug in to that place, that physical place in Gaia, and this grid will be fully activated. So until that happens, we still have a lot of healing power as a divine collective, as the divine feminine collective. And so what we're going to ask while we're sitting in this projector room, and I see Merlin like running the projector. He's like the substitute teacher, and we get to watch a movie today. Woo! And we're all excited. Yay, we get to watch a a Put the pencils popcorn. No math test today. No social studies test today. We're just going to watch this beautiful movie. And so what I want everybody to set the intention that we're asking to see this layer. Yeah, there goes my throat. this layer that holds the old paradigm belief system of that our bodies are not good enough, that there is one body type to attempt to attain, to try to strive for our entire lives, that there is just this one idea of beauty in the physical sense. We want to tune into that layer of the reality matrix. And I'm already seeing it. It's like, it looks very dark to me. There's not a lot of light left. There's not a lot of nodes left connecting all the little pieces. It looks like a honeycomb to me, but it's black. But everywhere you might see little lights still left, that is the collective holding on. And we are even, either we're just feeling that, we could just be feeling the collective, but you know, on some level, even light workers are holding on to this, and it's coming up very strongly for us to heal. And of course, we know in our journey, we are to heal these things first. We are to open the doors and to show them the way. And so we begin the process for every layer. And so look at this grid. And what I want you to do is we're going to all stand. Imagine there's this big open space in the middle of this planetarium that we're in, and we're all going to stand, and we're going to occupy this empty space, and we're going to make a circle, and we're going to hold hands. And imagine that the entire divine feminine collective is here with us. But definitely, you know, we're going to add any and all souls in this group that are not here right now. This visualization will be out of time and space. So it can be, they can lend their energy, and it will happen anytime they're able to listen to this. And so hold hands with your sisters. And now what we're going to do is we're going to watch as these beams of pink light shoot out of our heart chakras, and they're going to go into the center of this circle we've just created. And they're going to join, and they're going to form this beautiful pink orb. And this pink orb is where we're going to be doing our work today. And so we're going to watch this pink orb just expand and expand and expand until it engulfs us. We are now inside this pink orb. Ooh, you guys, I'm getting really, okay. Sorry, I'm getting really emotional.
Taking a lot for you, so you can still talk.
Yes, I could tell because I got the chills, and I was thinking about you. All right. Ooh, dang. Okay, so we're within this beautiful pink orb now, and we're holding hands. And we're just going to imagine that this pink orb is just going to float us up to this part of the grid that we're going to work on today. And we're going to float up to this part, and we're going to see that it is of the old energy. It's dying. But a lot of the collective is still holding it in place. And so what we want to do, the first thing we're going to do is set the intention within this pink orb, which for me, pink energy speaks of unconditional love and compassion. We are pure unconditional love and compassion inside this orb. There is no room for anything else. And so we're going to try to fill, well, we're going to fill this layer of the grid, of this old grid that is dying away. We're going to fill that with this pink energy. And it's not just from you individually. Remember, focus on it being from all of us as one group, as one divine entity. And we're just going to light it up with this pink energy. And what this is going to do, it's not bringing it back to life. What it's doing is allowing anyone in the collective who's still holding on to this belief system that they are not enough because of how they look in their physical bodies, that who they see in the mirror is not enough because of this or that, that they're too fat, too thin, too tall, too short, too black, too white. It just does not matter. All of this is within this grid, this layer that we're working on. And so we're going to just fill that with the pink light, and it's going to allow them to let go. And one by one, wherever you saw maybe a little light still connecting, still keeping it a little part of this layer alive, we're going to see those little lights that get extinguished as the entire layer turns pink. So now this is the part where I was seeing the blanket, just like Bianca. It was a beautiful, what we're seeing now. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull this, once you see the entire thing is now pink, glowing pink, and it's like a quilt. It's like a patchwork quilt now, and it's just this glowing pink light emanating from it. Bring it down into the into the pink ball of light that we're in. We're going to bring it in, and we're each going to hold on. We can let go of each other's hands. We're each going to hold on to a piece of this blanket, of this patchwork blanket. And we are the weavers of reality. So we are going to do whatever you visualize is perfect. Move your hands, move the energy. What we're going to do now as a group is rework this quilt. We're going to transform this quilt from old energy into the new energy, and it's going to become part of the new grid. Because if we've learned anything from Gaia, it's that all energy can be transformed and recycled and changed from darkness to light. So whatever you're seeing you as an individual doing in this circle to rework this quilt, to turn it into, I see it turning white. It's transforming from pink into white, and it's a bright white light. And I see all the little connecting nodes now just light up as we're holding on to our little pieces of this blanket. And then as you watch, as it turns all white, I want you to see that the structure of it is breaking down, and it's just the lights. And they're floating in front of us. They're floating between us, this beautiful circle that we've made. And once you feel you're ready, let go of the blanket, because it's just dissolving. It's just disintegrating in your hands. And reach for your sister's hands again. And we're going to watch these. They're like little photons of light, little orbs of white light. We're going to watch these little photons float back up and out of this beautiful pink sphere that we're inside of. And it's going to join that new layer of grid work that's coming down, that we are literally bringing down with these physical bodies. The energy, yes, we could do it energetically, but these physical bodies are an integral part of this process of bringing this new energy in. And we each chose our physical bodies for a very specific reason. And yes, we've undergone a lot of healing, and there is more healing to go. But these bodies are perfect for us. And so now we have helped the collective lift that old energy that, for whatever reason, their vessel is the reason they can't be magical, the reason they can't step into their power, the reason that they can't be taken seriously or understood or stand on a stage and speak their truth. That is no longer going to be an obstacle for these people or for us. And so as those photons join the new grid as the new higher vibrational energy, we're going to come back down into the planetarium within the beautiful pink orb. We're going to float gently back down to the floor and watch as that pink ball, the joining of our hearts, gets smaller and smaller between us. And then watch as we take back our own unconditional love back into our hearts, not disconnecting us, but just reclaiming our part of that orb. But always remembering that we are part of this divine collective, this divine feminine magical circle. And Merlin, I see Merlin walking over. He stopped the movie. We're not, the ceiling above us now is black, but he's coming over and he wants to walk around the outside of the circle, and he's touching each of us. I see him touching each of us on the back of what would be our third eye. He's touching the back of each of our heads and placing something. It's just like a white, it's just like a sparkly, it's just like a sparkle that he's putting in there. I'm not sure what it is. He said, we'll know in time. But it's a gift. He says it's a gift from him, from the wizard collective, from the magical collective. Wanted to give us a gift to really tune into our magic, because this is going to really remove this fog from our paths. And we're going to be able to see more magic now. So once you see that he's given each of us this beautiful gift, he's telling me that we are complete. So I'm going to thank Merlin, if you also want to join me in thanking Merlin so much, and Metatron and the Marys. They're both here. Yeshua. I see many silhouettes of ascended masters and souls here that wanted to be part of this. And I'm going to go ahead and close the records. We thank all the guides that helped us. Oh, yep, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, before we open our eyes, I'm being asked to do some language from...
Yeah, oh, yes, please. And we want to do that in the library. Absolutely.
This is coming from, as far as I can tell, Pleiadian, Lemurian Pleiadian energy, okay? To help us integrate the gifts. So...
Beautiful.
Just a second. Ni iska anik te itiga anik ma iska to connect me ki it kanani isi radika ida kaida krana no kama ono kunum id ki da kaiski kana kai kanamiki in the kama no ko scored kunomiki it kra ni kene idi kide I took an amakana I took me ikan the school to connect isk it could anans in the is kind today. Okay, that's it.
Ooh, yeah, I felt that in my heart. And we're still holding hands in the circle. And if it feels right to everybody, I'd like to keep that energy. I don't want to let go of anybody's hand. So I want to close the records while we're still in that union. And I just thank everyone who helped us with this healing for the collective today. And I ask that we start to see the results of it in big, profound ways and in small ways, the daily synchronicities. And we're going to come back to our bodies. The records are closed now, and so it is. The records are closed now, and so it is. The records are closed now, and so it is. And feel yourself coming all the way back into your body. I feel like none of us really wants to come back. So make sure you're grounded all the way in. Put that body on like a glove down into your toes. Put each toe all the way in, each fingertip all the way in. See your energies coming all the way back into these beautiful, beautiful goddess bodies we chose for this life. These perfect bodies.